and welcome to Future Manufacturing Technologies Conference and Expo Speaker Showcase. In the build-up to the second edition of FMTX in Malmö on the 28th of May, we're running a series of interviews with some of our speakers for the event. My name is Philip Bell, and I'm one of the organisers of the event from Go-Konnect. And we're very, very happy to be joined today by Stéphane Coudurier. Stéphane is Injection Senior Manager at Faurecia in France, and will be presenting at FMTX on the Industrial IoT and Data stage. So firstly, a very warm welcome. Stéphane, it's great to speak to you today.
Hi Phil, great to speak to you too after last year's presentation in FMTX 2019.
Good, good. We're looking forward to welcoming you back to this year's edition of the event. We'll just dive straight into the questions. So your presentation at FMTX is going to focus on reaching beyond operational excellence with big data. Can you just give us a couple of examples of how Faurecia are using big data in your plants to gain greater insight?
Well, Phil, the first improvement we get from the fact of having this data available and reliable is real-time information. And with real-time information, we are able to act much faster on rising issues. The second step is having this data. If we have an unsolved problem, we can run data science, we can run a big data analysis, and we get insight and understanding of the problem faster, and we can solve it as well.
Okay, perfect. And how do you go about validating the quality of the data that and the value that you're also getting from it?
So as you will see in my presentation, a bit of a teaser here, the big data is based on 5 V's. Two of the V's are volume and variety. And thanks to those 2 V's, we can validate the veracity of the data. So of course, it's better if the data is completely reliable. But even if the data is not completely reliable and you collect enough, your analysis will tell you if the quality of the data is good enough. And this is, you're right to ask the question, it's a very important part on which we are working a lot with our data scientists to have good quality data. Okay,
perfect. Well, I'm sure it's extremely important in making sure that any data project is a success. When we spoke previously, you mentioned to me that you're working on a groundbreaking control tower project. Can you give us any insight into this?
Well, this is for me the third way big data is driving us beyond excellence. Because we are now mature enough in our data collection, knowledge, and manipulation to create dynamic, standardized dashboards for our people in production. And thanks to that, as I said in the first point, we get real data information. They know quickly what happens. They have reliable data, and they have help to take action or take decisions. We also are creating algorithms to digest information for them, and even pre-inform them on what they could do to solve the problem. So this is what we are doing with this software, which is a little bit more than a software. Really, it's something that they take with them on tablets. They can go about on the shop floor or be in a meeting and still be in the control of what's happening on the shop floor.
Okay, well, sounds like interesting stuff. What do you think that manufacturers can learn from each other when implementing this type of data or other Industry 4.0 technologies?
So as we discussed a little bit before this interview, last year I met a few interesting companies that are struggling like us. And for me, this is the real interest of exchanging with other companies, because we are inventing this. Nobody knows really how to use big data and all of this in the industry. So we are inventing this road, and there are roadblocks. So exchanging with the people, understanding how they go about and how they solve their roadblocks, and are they taking the same way? Are they learning the same things? Is reassuring on are we on the right direction or not? So this is for me the right exchange. how do we do it? What tools do we use is maybe not so important, but how do we go about which roadblocks do we have to be careful and to move forward is the most important thing for me.
Good stuff. Well, we look forward to a lot more of that knowledge exchange taking place at FMTX 2019.
Me too.
In Malmö.
Thank you very much.
It sounds like it's going to be a really, really interesting presentation and one that's going to add a great deal of value to the agenda. And I'm sure that others will be very, very keen to listen to it and to hear from you. So thanks for your time today, Stéphane.
Thank you, Peter.
Pleasure speaking to you.